tanghali mga kabayan. Good afternoon. We are now here in National City. Of course, this is San Diego, California. My name is Femie Cupid. I am the founding president of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce in Greater San Diego. So, we are now here showing the whole highland here in National City, which these two properties owned by the Agpaoa family. Let's go inside and let's see what's going on. Come on, let's go. Wow, what is this? There you go. There he is. I want you guys meet the vice presidents of the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce, Greater San Diego. Actually, it's north, but the office is here in south, no other than Ferdinand Agpaoa. Hi, Ferdy. How are
Hi,
you?
nice to
Kamusta?
meet you. Mabuti.
Yeah, hi. Kamusta?
Hi.
Mabuti naman. Ako,
Kamusta? Maria.
Maria.
Montemeyer, Filipino-American Educators Association.
Ayan, nandito po sila, no? And
My husband, Edison.
hi, how are you po? So, yeah, napakaganda naman dito pala. So, Ferdy, tell us about what is this lobby is all about, and why you have some guests here. What are they doing here?
Welcome to the Agpaoa Tax Services. This is our lobby here where we greet our customers coming in. Customers come here to check in. We get their taxes, answer any questions. We have some today, one of our guests here that we are helping them prepare their taxes. So this is the lobby for Agpaoa Tax Services.
Wow. So, let's see your office. Alam mo naman, it is our first time to come to your office and we would like to see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So, you are here for going to file taxes?
No, actually, we're not here to file taxes, but we are promoting our program for conversational Filipino language program.
See you guys. We're going to have another project. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
Okay,
So, in the
see you
meantime,
later.
let's get in.
Okay.
So my father started the tax business years ago, and this is his office. This is the general work area for our staff during the tax season. It is not so busy right now because tax season's ended, but nonetheless, taxes are prepared year-round. We get all kinds of questions, inquiries about the IRS, status on tax returns, and we have a long-time employee with us, Naomi's been with us for more than 25 years.
Wow.
Coming along to
been a
some
long
more, yes, coming along to some more of our tax offices. This is another tax office space with one of our colleagues. This is another office space where we prepare taxes.
So, I guess this is your office, huh? Wow. Ferdinand, I would like to sit down here in your office because
Sure, come along.
it looks like so busy. So, besides taxes, what are you guys are doing? Since, I know the Agpaoa company actually have a lot of businesses. So, what are those businesses besides these taxes?
Well, tax business, tax preparation, tax advising is our core business. The core of our business is during the tax season from February 1st up until April 15th. And of course, there's always going to be the people who file extensions after April 15th. So we have a lot of the extensions that we prepare. In addition to that, people are always asking about the status of their tax returns. Letters from the IRS or from the Franchise Tax Board that people would get. And so we would be here to help them address those questions from the government. People often ask about tax advice. So when people would want to know, as far as for the upcoming year, what is the best tax strategies that they can try to employ so they can minimize paying their taxes and using whatever the law allows to prepare the taxes and to minimize the payment of taxes, we offer those services as well. Tax preparation for people who are not able to file their taxes on time may request with the IRS an extension of filing up until October 15th.
Oh, so I'm good until October 15th.
You are good until October 15th.
So you are here like coming like an employee, punching in 8 hours, or you can do your own time?
Well, as
So how how much time you involve in this business?
So for the tax business, during the tax season, I'm here. Our office, we have people lined up in the morning. And so essentially people are lining up at 5 a.m.
Really?
Absolutely. And then I usually get here about 5:30 in the morning. And I'm usually out of the office around 7 o'clock p.m. during the tax season.
So when you said tax season, what month is that? What date?
February 1st to April 15th.
Oh, February 1st to April 15th.
Right.
Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning, you have people outside already.
Absolutely. So we're putting a good 80, 90 hours a week during the regular tax season. And of course, after the tax season, after April 15th, our time for taxes gets, it's not as involved. So usually we'll spend about 2 to 3 hours a day on taxes, which allows us to free up our time to pay attention to the other business ventures.
Wow. Sounds like really, Freddie, when you said taxes, I really don't know anything about it. I just come here and, Freddie, these are the requirements for me to do the taxes, and then you just going to do it on time, and then I will leave. I'm done, or I will just come back.
So for the most part, we prepare the taxes in front of the client. So I have my monitor. The client follows along with this other monitor so they can see that.
Oh, so you have this monitor, and that's my monitor, right?
For the client to follow along. Most of the format of tax preparation, after a while, gets pretty straightforward. So we're usually able to do 90 to 95% of the tax returns in front of the client. The other 5%, 10% is involved in more complex taxes. And so for those, we will get through the initial interview, and then all of the complicated stuff gets done when we close the office down and I have time to just focus on the more complex part of the tax return.
So when I leave, normally we already accomplished my taxes for the
Your
week.
taxes are done when you leave here. Absolutely.
Oh, it's really good, right? So what do you think, folks? So, Freddie, actually, I was really impressed when you talked more about the IRS, about the preparations of taxes. I'm an immigrant, and I didn't know anything about filing taxes. I have someone who's doing that, and I heard before that, oh, I got a big refund. How come these people having a big refund, and how come these other people, they owe a lot of money which they don't owe? So I really don't understand. Can you elaborate more and that help me understand why there are people are paying more taxes, more penalty, and IRS is not really very friendly with them. They got, especially if they have a business, they got, what do you call this? The IRS will come to you and scrutinize every receipts. And so can you please help me why these people are having this? And I know you're very knowledgeable on this.
So the IRS tax audit, or even the Franchise Tax Board tax audit, is a very daunting period for anybody. And it can get quite stressing and it can get quite frightening, absolutely, for sure. Obviously, our office are here to help alleviate any concerns and stresses that people will go through. It is daunting. Oftentimes, people would say that I'm getting a big refund or they're in a paying. And at the end of the day, really, people are paying about the same amount of taxes. But it's when people are paying these taxes. Some people pay taxes throughout the year. People decide not to pay the taxes throughout the year, and then they end up having to pay everything they own throughout the year with one big payment to the IRS. So it all comes down to tax planning, tax strategies, and the withholding on your taxes. And oftentimes we will sit with clients, particularly those who end up paying a big tax bill at the end of the tax season when I have to prepare the taxes, and we sit with them and say, look, we need to figure out a better strategy so that they don't have a big tax bill at the end of the tax season. So it all comes down to tax planning, tax strategy, and the amount of withholding that is being taken away from your W-2 and from your payroll check.
Very interesting, isn't it? Right? So I coming in, Freddie, and kind like I forgot to file taxes last year or 2 years because I am out of the country. Can you do something about it?
Well, the first thing you do is just got to file the taxes. One of the things they can try to do is to avoid to do a penalty abatement, where you ask the IRS, please don't penalize me, and we give the reason why. You're out of the country, for example. But that's only good for just one time. So if you haven't filed tax in the last couple of years, the only thing you can do is let's just file them now and ask for a penalty abatement for one of the years because you're out of the country.
Oh, so on that abatement, what it's going to be?
We ask the IRS, just don't charge you the penalty interest for the time that for the late filing. So when one doesn't file their taxes in time, an individual is going to be hit with two things: the interest for not filing taxes on time, because all the taxes are due at a particular time, and then you're going to pay a penalty. So there's two things that you have to pay.
Oh, I'm scared. And then?
Well, we asked for a penalty abatement. The interest may not be able to get around that because the amount of taxes owed is due on particular dates, and you got to get those payments in time.
But is IRS giving us a leniency to pay like every month?
So oftentimes we can ask the IRS for a installment plan.
Installment plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's going to be an auto debit to your bank.
So you can set it up with an auto debit. I highly recommend an auto debit because people have a tendency to forget to make the payments on time.
So when I come here and have all this problem, can you help me on that? Can you set it up on the IRS? I don't need to go because I'm so busy. I have to go out of the country again. Can you set it up, everything in the IRS before I leave?
Absolutely. We can help the client set up these things and so that they don't have to worry about that if they have to
So
go
you
out of the
mean to
country.
say, Ferdy, I come to your services. I have all of this. My paperwork is here in front of you. So how long it will take me to sit down with you to solve my problem?
Well, if it's a problem, we may not be able to solve it at that moment. If it's a regular standard tax preparation, then the length of time to prepare the taxes depends on the amount of W-2s the individual has.
I have, say, for example, complete. Like, I have everything.
So if it's a simple, straightforward one W-2, we can get the taxes done in 5-10 minutes max.
Really?
But if it's more complex, if the person has a business, a house, a side job, rental properties, stocks, bonds.
For example, I'm a millionaire who comes over here. I have this, I have that, I have my boat, I have this, and I'm going to have a divorce. I have all of that. My God, how long?
Oh, we're going to have multiple sessions on that. It's going to take some time.
So it's not a one time then?
Not with something as complex as that. So it depends on the complexity and the involvement of what the individual has. Oftentimes, it's not necessarily the amount of money that an individual makes. Sometimes I have tax clients who come in here with one W-2 making $500,000, and the tax return is just completed in 10-15 minutes.
Oh, well, that's it, 10 to 15 minutes. So, well, you know what? It's really very understandable. But you know what, guys? If I were you, I will come here, and don't forget, he is the vice president of our chamber, and he will do your taxes. So we did a great talk. It's really a talk show. No, it's not. I don't want to say it's like an interview, but it's just like so natural, and you've done a really great job. So how can we call you? How can we contact you?
Well, Agpaoa Tax Services. Agpaoa Tax Services, we are located here in National City, California. Our office number is 619-474-1547. You can call us at any time. We're open throughout the entire year, 5 days a week.
Great, fantastic. So I'll see you soon, and thank you.
You're welcome. Great to be here.